What's up, nature freaks?
What's going on, guys?
Dave and Jeremy back again for another Saturday Slap in the Face. And today's topic is all about, should we permanently close Illinois' famous Snake Road?
To be or not to be shut down?
That is the question.
That is the question.
Nature in your face!
Alright, guys, the topic of closing Snake Road down has become a very polarizing topic.
Shut it down. Shut it down now.
Due to the fact that so many people visit Snake Road, thousands of visitors come down there during the fall and spring migration. And some people think that it's affecting the migration of the snakes to and from the bluffs. But first we want to give you guys a little bit of a history of Snake Road.
Yeah, so if you're like, what the heck is Snake Road? I've never even heard of this. It sounds amazing or terrifying. So in southern Illinois, in the Shawnee National Forest, which is a beautiful place to visit anyway, there's a 2-mile gravel road that they close, and they call it Snake Road because snakes migrate across this road, and it's probably one of the most popular places to go see a ton of snakes in the U.S., definitely in Illinois.
Yeah.
But on one side you have these giant, beautiful bluffs which provide hibernacula where the snakes go in, they overwinter, they're protected from the cold. But then during the spring they come out, they move across this gravel road to the swamp area, so you have swamp on the other side, which is also beautiful. And even if you don't like snakes, people go there to hike, see birds, frogs, flowers, whatever. It's an awesome place.
Yeah, and just to make it clear, they do close the road to traffic for 2.5 months in the spring and
Car
2.5 months, yes, car traffic, in the spring and the fall, to allow these snakes to migrate back and forth to their hibernaculums and to their area where they feed, which is the swamps. And it does prevent snakes from being killed. The argument that people are saying, the reason they want to shut it down, is because, like I mentioned earlier, they believe that all this foot traffic is changing the behavior of the snakes, number one. Maybe it's preventing them from breeding. Perhaps it's preventing the snakes from feeding. And I don't know, is there a decline or is there not a decline in the snake population or the change in their behavior? I don't know. What do you think, Jeremy? I think, personally, haven't noticed anything, but that doesn't mean that there's not some kind of a change in the snake's behavior.
Right, yeah, that's definitely the biggest argument made is, and I think people aren't just arguing that, oh, there's less snakes there. I think sometimes they just feel like they see less snakes because there's more people. We go during the week when fewer people go, and we're still seeing 30 to 60 snakes in a day, which is, I mean, that's insane. I can't think of anywhere else you could go see that many snakes. So we are definitely not complaining about the decline in the population and the variety, like the different species you can see there. Is still doing pretty good for what we've seen in the past, 12 to 13 years of going multiple times, at least twice a year. It's still flourishing, you know, and if you go on the weekend, I could see less snakes because there's a ton of people and they're disturbing the snakes, so they move off the road.
Yeah, not only are they disturbing the snakes, but they're disturbing their habitat. A lot of people will roll logs, flip rocks, and they will not return them to their position that they originally found it in, and that could cause the snakes to possibly not go back to that area. And so that could be having an effect, but are we able to see that now? Is it just becoming a problem? That could be, you know, one thing to argue. Because Snake Road, the amount of people that come down there now, compared to when Jeremy and I first started visiting it, it's not even close. There's thousands of people compared to just, we'd see maybe a few on the weekends, you know, 12 or 13 years ago. Now you can't go in the spring and fall without seeing hundreds of people on that road in any given weekend.
Yeah, and that, you just triggered a thought in my mind, which a lot of people argue this too, because unfortunately, before it got popular, really only nature/reptile enthusiasts were going here. All right, so they would go there. You got this whole pristine road to yourself with people who, you know, like-minded people who know a lot about the snakes, want to take pictures of the snakes, respect the animals, and so it wasn't a big deal. But now that you have so many people showing up, a lot of them are new enthusiasts, or they just want to go hiking the road to see it, and maybe they're not even that into snakes, and so you get a lot of Snake Road Nazis, if you will, that kind of want to police the road, and they want to get angry.
Don't touch it. Don't even look at it. Go on, get out. You heard me.
At these new people, instead of being like, hey, I get it, but here, maybe try this, or, you're not supposed to touch the animals, but they want to yell at these new people. And unfortunately, when something becomes new and popular, there's going to be amateurs that show up, and they don't do everything right.
But they're amateurs.
And that's not a reason to be like, let's shut it down so we can have our private road back.
Yeah. Now, if you do shut it down, you are really disappointing literally thousands of people. You've got your herpers, which are obviously people who like to go down and see the reptiles and amphibians. You got the birders, there's botanists that go down there to look at some of the plant species. Some of them are endangered. So one of the reasons why it would be terrible to shut it down is because you would be really taking that pleasure away from all these people who enjoy nature, enjoy going down there. It's a place that you don't have to pay for. I mean, it's free. You go down there and you see all this cool stuff. And then another thing is the money that it generates in the economy down there.
Yeah, definitely. So in the past 12 years, I mean, it used to be, and I'm not trying to be mean, but a fairly podunk little town with nothing. And we've seen it maybe just in the past even 3 to 4 years. It exploded. At first there was hardly anywhere to stay, and the one hotel that's fairly close in Anna, not going to mention it, is a complete dump.
Right.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, like the cockroaches, you gotta fight them for your bed. You're like, get out of here, okay? And the shower heads are like chin height. I don't know what's happening there, but that doesn't matter. But now they have nice hotels built, at least a Holiday Inn. A lot of restaurants are booming there. Not just the local ones, there's chain restaurants, but the local ones as well, like Cindy B's, which we love. We just promoted that.
Cindy B's.
Heck yeah. But so it's great for the economy, all the people coming down. And people also go for other reasons. They like the eclipse and to see different astrological things. So it's really grown the area, in our opinion.
Yeah, that Holiday Inn Express was literally built because of the amount of people that go down to Snake Road. They needed more hotels. So, and don't forget about the Dinner Bell. That's a good place.
Oh yeah, the Dinner Bell. I don't know if that's Dinner Bell 2 or Dinner Bell. I can't remember. It might be 2.
I think it's Dinner Bell 2.
Yeah, that place is pretty good too. So what happens if you do close the road? Because obviously we are on the side of keeping it open.
Yeah.
But let's just say if you argued for closing it down, what do you get from that? You're going to get less poaching. We talked about that, because that does happen on occasion. People go there. It's not regulated, especially during the week. So there are people.
You don't see a lot of wildlife agents down there or DNR,
right.
So it's pretty easy.
I've ever. Well, maybe one time, besides Scott Ballard, but he's there doing tours. I've never seen like an officer that I knew. Maybe they're in plain clothes and I just didn't know it. But I've never had anyone.
One time there was a woman DNR agent that rode down with their truck. I remember that.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know, we've been going there a lot and it's rare. But you would get less poaching because it's shut down. So if anyone was there, it would seem suspicious if you didn't have the permit or you were with the Scientific Institute, because that's what it would take to get there. You'd have to be via permit or permission from a university to go there.
Yeah, and even though the height of the migration is in the spring and the fall, snakes still get hit in the summer. We've seen dead snakes on the road because obviously during the summer that road is wide open, and there are still snakes that are across. There's still snakes that are to bask in the morning. I don't understand why they don't just shut it down in the summer as well, at least part of it. It's just, it's such a small road. It's only 2.5 miles. And there's literally another road running parallel to that you can get to wherever you want to go. So it makes no sense that they opened
Oh, there's no need to drive the road except for scenic view.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't take you anywhere. It's like a U, down this dirt road, through Snake Road, and then back out to the to 3 or whatever, the main highway there.
So what I'm saying is I would not mind having it being permanently shut down to vehicles.
Yeah, I get it.
But wide open to foot traffic, which obviously it is for foot traffic, but still, why not just shut it down for the vehicles?
Yeah, and I think that originally that's what they wanted to do, but it was kind of an argument with the locals, and they wanted to be able to use the road to drive down, whatever, but it did get shut down in the spring and fall at the height of the migration, so that was an amazing thing. Also, if you couldn't go there at all, so, greatly limiting the foot traffic without a permit or university. Now, there are accidental deaths sometimes. You do get people who don't see a small snake and they step on it and squish, and that's terrible. And you also get a lot of yahoos, like we mentioned, that just kind of hear about it, or maybe they're hiking the trail in general. And I have heard of people, usually younger people, like killing a snake with a stick.
Take that, you weird spawn of Satan!
That they saw, which to herpers and people who go there to see snakes, they think that's just insane. Why would that happen?
Yeah.
It's because not only snake lovers are going to this place. That's why.
Or necessarily even know that it's a protected area. They just think it's a road. They might just come
How
across
many
the road
locals do we talk to?
that have no idea. I mean, literally, we've been to, the local grocery store or little convenience store down the
Or
street.
McDonald's.
We bring up Snake Road, and they're like, huh?
Yeah, I think Dave likes to do. He tests all the locals. If we go somewhere, he's like, "Do you know about Snake Road?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Just to see how popular it is down there. But now, when you ask people, I feel like more people do know about it.
Just because it's gotten more popular.
Yeah, and they're getting more herpers being like, "Oh, we're here for snakes," and they're like, "What does that even mean?" So,
All right, so let's talk about what we believe we can do to possibly kind of meet in the middle.
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
Not shut the road down, right? But rather than having just all these people
but
flood
protect
this
the
planet.
animals.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
First thing that we've come up with is possibly install cameras on the north and south entrance of the road. It's a cheap, easy way to, possibly regulate suspicious people coming in and out. You'd at least get a license plate number if somebody reported somebody carrying a snake or putting it in a bag, which obviously has happened in the news over the past several years. People have been taking. One guy got caught with 15 cottonmouths. Jeremy ran into his brother.
Yeah, I was telling someone about the story, and the guy was like, "It was my brother."
Crazy. So I'm surprised there haven't been eyes in the skies already. It just doesn't make any sense why they wouldn't have cameras there. And obviously you wouldn't want cameras throughout the whole. You don't want to be. It's an invasion of privacy to me.
We wouldn't want to be Singapore.
Right. Plus, there's no bathroom, so you wouldn't want cameras everywhere.
Yeah, but a camera at the beginning of each entrance would at least discourage people of, I potentially could get caught. If someone tells on me, there is a record of me leaving, and then my license plate, could be seen. So even though, cameras don't stop people from doing anything, it does increase that chance of getting caught. So hopefully you would think twice about, hey, you're on camera, don't touch the animals, don't harass the animals, because there are signs, but people don't listen to signs.
Yeah. Secondly, and probably most importantly, is why aren't they charging a small fee for parking to maybe get into the place, maybe a annual pass?
There's not even a donation box.
Not even a donation box. Now think about this. I don't like spending money that I don't have to, but if you love Snake Road and you love nature, you love that area, this money would pay for the cameras, it would pay for porta potties. There's nowhere to go to the bathroom at Snake Road. People go there all day long. So, and it's illegal to go to the bathroom in...
Technically, yeah.
Technically, so, it's silly to me. So that money would go right back into fixing up that area.
Cameras, bathrooms. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people would willingly, pay a year-long or, seasonal parking pass. Like, oh yeah, I'll give you $20. I can go here as much as I want. A lot of the small national parks, or even just small parks in general, they're all going to this where they force you to pay. So I don't see why this should be any different. If we have this amount of people coming, you could generate income for the area, for maintenance, to make sure that this place stays protected.
And I think it would definitely limit the number of people coming down there, because not everybody goes down there for the reasons we do, which is, we're big time snake people, nature people. It could help control the number of foot traffic on the road, which is exactly why people are for shutting the road down.
Mm-hmm. And if it was a seasonal pass, big deal. So if you only had to buy the pass during the migration, you're not forcing people during the winter who just want to go jog or walk, or during the summer to pay for this. It would just be during the height of migration. Let's collect money from all the people coming here. Could we somehow charge a permit to the public where you pay to go, but only so many permits are given out on Saturdays and Sundays? Like, forget during the week. You could just have your generic $3 to $5 parking fee. But on the weekends, if you had to get like a time block, like, hey, I want to go Saturday, can I get a permit for that day? And they only let so many, so you're not getting hundreds of people just piling in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, all right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Snake Road should be permanently shut down? Should we do things to prevent the influx of all these people coming down there in some way? Like we said, putting in cameras. Let us know in the comments. We'd be interested in hearing your opinion. We'll see you on the next episode of Nature
In Your Face.